Welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, and I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. We are in Jeremiah chapter 11. Jeremiah chapter 11, as we continue to go through this book and reading one chapter a day and encouraging each other to do so. I would like to look at verse 15. Jeremiah 11, and look at verse 15 with me. It says, "What right has my beloved in my house, when she has done many vile deeds? Can the sacrificial flesh take away from your disaster, so that you can rejoice?" Here the Lord is bringing this out. What right? And understand what he's saying here. He starts off, what right has my beloved? And so as we think about the children of Israel, and we think about the relationship there, you know, there's a couple points in which we have a relationship with our Father up above. Yes, one as children, but another, as we talk, of course, for us today, the church is the bride of Christ. And so, to an extent, I believe Israel was the bride of God at this time and point, also referred to as children also throughout it. But in this point here, my beloved, right? My beloved. And when we think about my beloved, my spouse, or my children, they have a right in our home, right? Because we're a family. We're supposed to come together. But now God is bringing out the point. What right do they have in my house when she has done many vile deeds? When they have continued in sin, when they have worshipped idols, when they have continued to do abominations and sin against God. Just as if it were a literal point for us today that, you know, husband and wife, and one of the spouses cheat on the other, what right do they have to come back home and just expect everything to be merry and happy and great, and that, you know, we're going to sit at the dinner table together still go to bed together at home? When you have cheated, when you have committed this evil, this wrongdoing, and just expect everything to be just fine. We wouldn't expect that to happen today. We understand that would cause jealousy. We understand that if for that to even come close to working out, if it does work out, that there would be a lot of work to take place between the two, and especially the one who had done wrong, to try to make things right. And yet here the children of Israel, they commit adultery spiritually, so idolatry, right? And they are sinning against God, and they think they can just come back into His house of worship. They think they can just come back in His good grace and continue the way it's always meant to be. But He says, what right do they have? And He says, even to this point, can sacrificial flesh take away from you and your disaster so that you can rejoice? A lot needs to be done to make it right. And yet I think that's the mindset of the world today. Today they think we think we can just go out and live Monday through Saturday, swearing and cursing and drinking and dressing immodestly and just doing as we please and whatever you want. And then, Sunday morning comes around, we can just walk into worship and act like everything is all good to go. That's not the way it works. We have to put sin behind us and be a child of God, be the bride of Christ each and every day we live our lives. And so let that be in our minds as we continue throughout our week and put God first in your life. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and if the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.